Hey, what's going on, guys? The NBA nonstop, and I'm gonna switch gears up a little bit. I'm not gonna talk about the NBA lockout. I feel like I'll bore you guys a little bit, and I myself have been getting a little bit bored of talking about the NBA lockout. I'm trying to get sick of it. So I'm gonna switch gears up a little bit, and I'm gonna talk about the NFL, and I'm gonna give you guys my Week 6 predictions on what's going to happen. And let me know if you guys agree or disagree. Comment below, and let's get right into it. So the first game we have is the Atlanta Falcons, and the Carolina Panthers. Now the Panthers, they haven't been particularly impressive with their 1-4 record, but Cam Newton has been nothing but impressive this year. He's a beast. He's already in the conversation as a top 5 quarterback this year, and he's going to be a very good player for a very long time. Steve Smith, he's been 2005 dominant. He's that good right now. He's playing out of his mind. So the Panthers' individual pieces have been very good, but the team as a whole is suffering, and therefore I'm taking the Falcons to win this game. Matt Ryan is going to come through. He's a very good quarterback as well. Not taking anything away from Cam Newton, but Matt Ryan has been very good too. And Michael Turner, he's a hell of a running back, and he's going to run right through the Panther defense, which has been terrible this year. They've been giving up a lot of points, so I'm liking the Falcons in this one. Next game is the Cincinnati Bengals and the Indianapolis Colts. An easy win for me, a blowout with the Bengals taking this one. The Colts, I have never seen a team, depend so much upon one guy. Peyton Manning has been everything for the Indianapolis Colts ever since he's arrived there. And this season, they have been atrocious, a winless season. I believe they're 0-5 without Peyton Manning. And I'm not picking, them against anybody this year. So I'm going with the Bengals. They might go 1-16 this year. And Peyton Manning should win MVP because he's that valuable. Without him, the Indianapolis Colts are garbage. So I'm taking the Bengals in this one. Next game we have the Steelers and the Jacksonville Jaguars. A lot of people have been doubting the Pittsburgh Steelers, but I'm a still fan. I'm still a Steelers fan. I still like this team. Big Ben. He's been a little banged up, but he can still throw the ball. And their defense. It's been a little underwhelming, but I still believe in the Steelers defense more so than I believe in the Jacksonville Jaguar defense. And the Steelers are a proven team. They still have some solid pieces, and I expect them to win this game. The next one is the Buffalo Bills and the New York Giants, a very good game. And the Buffalo Bills, who saw this coming? 4-1 record. The New York Giants are 3-2. They have been okay this year, but the Buffalo Bills have been very impressive this year, and they've proved it to me that they're legit. They had a big win over the Patriots. I was shocked as well as the entire NFL world. So I'm taking them to take this win at New York over the Giants. The next game, I think this might be the game of the week, the San Francisco 49ers at the Detroit Lions. And the Lions have been amazing this year. 5-0. Ndamukong Suh has been a beast. Megatron. What can you say? More can you say about this guy? The best wide receiver in the NFL, hands down. And Matt Stafford, no disrespect, he's been very good as well. This whole Lions team has been very impressive. Their defense has been stellar, just simply amazing. But let's not take anything away from the San Francisco 49ers, who have also been very good this year. Alex Smith, he's been, managing this team very well. Jim Harbaugh has been playing well. He might be the early favorite for Coach of the Year because nobody saw the San Francisco 49ers go 4-1. I didn't see them going that. I don't know if you guys did. But at the end of the day, I'm still taking the Detroit Lions and their defense. I think Ndamukong Suh will anchor that defense to a victory, and Megatron and Matt Stafford will take care of things on the offense, and the Lions take this one in a very close game. Next game, we have the St. Louis Rams and the Green Bay Packers. No surprise here, I'm taking the Packers, the Super Bowl champs. Aaron Rodgers has been arguably the best quarterback in the league. Tom Brady is the only other one in the conversation with that. The Packers have too many weapons. They have the best receiving core in the NFL, hands down. A pretty good defense. And the Rams have been terrible. Easy pick. I'm not even going to expand on that. I'm taking the Packers. Next up, we have the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Redskins. And talk about the dream team being 1-4. Michael Vick has not played up to par. He's been sacked a lot of times this year. Also complained to the refs. He hasn't been that good of a pocket passer. He's been trying to run the ball. He threw a lot of picks, and this team has been very turnover prone. They've lost all the games that they've lost because of the unnecessary and insanely high amount of turnovers they committed. So they need to clean things up a little bit, and Andy Reid needs to get that team to play right. But in the end, I'm still taking the Eagles over the Redskins because I don't trust Rex Grossman. A lot of people have been on Rex, all this sexy Rexy talk and whatnot, but I don't like Rex Grossman to come up through big time. I don't think he's a dependable quarterback. And Michael Vick right now is still a hands down much better quarterback than the Eagles, and the Eagles still have a lot of weapons. The LaShawn McCoy, Deshaun Jackson is one of the best wide receivers in the league, and so I think the Eagles take this one in close game. Michael Vick, if you guys can recall, went off last year on the Redskins and had arguably his best game last year when they scored about 59 points. So I'm taking the Eagles. Next up, we have the Browns and the Raiders. I'm taking the Raiders in this one. Raiders have been pretty good this year. I think they're up 3-2 or 4-1. I'm not too sure, but they've been particularly impressive. The Browns, not so much. Jason Campbell on the Raiders. He's been carrying that team, and I just think they're one of the best rushing teams in the league. They pound the ball, they rush it. And the Browns, I don't think they have a chance when the Raiders decide to put the ball on the line of scrimmage and run right through the Browns defense. Next, we have the Texans and the Baltimore Ravens. Now, the Ravens have been a little up and down this year. They had that huge game, a Week 1 victory over the Steelers, and then laid an egg against Titans. So the Ravens haven't been too consistent, but I still like them over the Texans. The Texans lost Andre Johnson, which is a big hit. So I don't believe he's scheduled to play this week. So I like the Texans. Excuse me, I like the Ravens in this one, but in a close game. Next, we have the Saints and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I am taking the New Orleans Saints because I don't like betting against Drew Brees. He has been, I talk a lot about Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady being the best quarterbacks in the league, and they are, but Drew Brees is right there. He's probably the third best quarterback in the league. And he sits alone at that third position. No one is even touching him, so it's sort of like he's in the upper echelon. And they've been pretty good this year. They have some good pieces. Outside of the Week 1 loss against the Packers, I believe they've been undefeated. If I say so myself. So I'm taking the New Orleans Saints against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Next game, we have the highly scrutinized Dallas Cowboys and their quarterback Tony Romo going up against the New England Patriots and the best, or arguably the best, quarterback in the league in Tom Brady. Tough one, but I'll take the Patriots. And I say tough one because, I think Tony Romo has a lot to prove this week. And he may just come through, He's been talking a lot about how this team he thinks can win a Super Bowl, which are some big words coming from a quarterback that's, hasn't been as clutch or has been unclutch in clutch moments. But New England, their offense is too good. Their defense has been terrible. It's been terrible, but I'm still picking the Patriots. I know the Cowboys have a lot of weapons. Des Bryant, Miles Austin is back too. But I like the Patriots in this one. Wes Welker has been playing out of his mind. He has been ridiculous this weekend. Hopefully, I think might get Aaron Hernandez back. But again, it starts and ends with Tom Brady. He's the engine that drives the Patriots, and I can't bet against him. I'm taking the Patriots in this one. And the last game is the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears, a division game. And the Bears haven't been very impressive this year. Jay Cutler, I feel sorry for him because of the line that's in front of him. He's been fighting for his life this season. He has not gotten the sort of protection that he wanted, and his receiving core has been terrible this year. So it's not Jay Cutler's fault, but rather the team around him. And the Bears defense, where has the Bears defense gone? They've completely disappeared. Granted, the offense wasn't supposed to be that well this year, but the Bears defense was their anchor, and they haven't showed up this year. So I don't like the way the Bears have been playing, but at the end of the day, I'm taking the Bears in this one because I don't trust Donovan McNabb. He has not been impressive this year, and I thought he should have been benched, with the Week 1 and Week 2 performances he had. The only guy that can possibly change this pick for me is if Adrian Peterson decides to go nuts on the Bears and just rush to their defense, which I don't believe he will do much of. He may get. I'm going. If we have 100 yards, I'm going under 100 yards. So I will take the Chicago Bears against Minnesota Vikings in a close game, and the Bears get back to 500. And I think there's one more game. I'll also pick the Monday night game. We have the Dolphins and the New York Jets. I'll take the Jets. Their players have been talking a lot. We recently heard Santonio Holmes talking about how he would want to. I believe did he say that he wants to get thrown out of the game, which doesn't make sense to me. And then we have the Dolphins, who have been terrible this year. Just for the mere fact that the Dolphins have been terrible, I'm taking the New York Jets. So those are my picks for Week 6. Let me know what you guys think. Make your predictions, and let me know if you agree or disagree.